I don't want to stand.
All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Connecting Flights with Victoria Renee and me, Samir Moussa. Trying to
Samir Moussa.
Moussa, yeah.
Dope name. I'm sorry I interrupted you. Go
No,
ahead.
go for it. Really? Yeah. I've always felt it an interesting stage name. I've tried I never
Moussa.
really thought about it.
It's like a tap your third eye 3 times and Moussa.
Yeah.
it's like the anger management code word. Like literally your name is soothing to people subconsciously.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I entertained going by Musa for a while, and I've had such a variety of nicknames that people have thrown at me throughout the day. Musa was one of them.
Oh, what are they? I'm intrigued.
Yeah, well, let's just stay with Musa. I mean, this is different folks at different
You're
times.
afraid it's gonna stick.
Yeah, let's go. Musa is good for me. You can just okay. So yeah,
It's a good
it's
one.
a fun one. Yeah. How
God,
about you?
I didn't even let you get through the introduction before it went off grid. Okay.
Yeah, no, Victoria and I, we're always here having a good time talking about all kinds of stuff. We haven't really quite gotten to the script of it all yet, but there's always a lot to cover. There's always fun things going on. We've been in the studio this week working on 2 songs, y'all.
2.
Victoria's got one that's just keeps on climbing on the charts internationally in Europe and in the States. So definitely things are moving, and and we're trying to get the emails out, kind of keep you guys backstage with us, and inviting you in to the unfolding adventure, which just keeps taking off. And yeah, a lot of fun. It's been great in the studio working on these songs with you this week.
Yeah, it has, right? Except I did the ultimate oopsie. I always forget how to send the files the right way.
Yeah. It's all right.
Because last time it was a Jai.
Yeah.
I sent files to, or people always have a request of how to send them different ways.
Yeah,
and when I sent it, I was like, "Oh, great! Look at this!" And then I go back on to resend it, and everything's gone.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, we don't do it to be sending files, right? We do it because we like to be in the space of making music. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But listen, before we go too far,
how this song's gonna come out like this? Oh,
hey,
hard to sing almost. It was just so emotional.
Yeah, no, I know. What a story. Jane is in the house, Sammy in the house. Yeah, we got people coming in. Hey, everybody. Yeah, what an emotional song. And yeah, we got in the studio this week recording kind of a custom recording for I guess a super fan we have out there, and requested us to do a duet, and so we got in, and it's a beautiful song. So but yeah, quite a tale. It's like those songs when you're doing a songwriting and you're telling a story. You have really a power to take somebody. I mean, I heard it and I was like, whoa. When Nico, the producer, was listening to it, he was like, whoa.
Did you know it before?
No. But
you never heard it?
Right? It's like looking back, it's decades old, this song. No, I had never heard it before.
Yeah, it's a great song. I think it came out in the maybe late 90s, early 2000s or something.
Yeah, something like that. No, never heard it.
Yeah, I remember it.
We were talking about earlier about some instruments that kind of stand the test of time. Like if you record a piano, it never goes out of style. Like this recording has that old Western twang to it that still is current today. I've been listening to these different Western kind of vibes, productions, and this song, the original, kind of had the same feel to it, just vibrato. It's like a nice sound that I'm really kind of getting more and more comfortable with. It's just a Western kind of, you can see the hay blowing down the plains, dust rising, and I kind of like it.
I do too. The lyrics in that song are so good. I've never heard anybody say.
Oh, but wait a second. We should let's move on to something else. Let me pull up a video real quick, and then I'm gonna send you a text. Okay. All right.
Okay. I know what you're gonna say already.
Oh, do you? All right. Cool. Well, then let's share a song anyway. Thanks everybody for coming on. Check out a song that Victoria and I have recorded already, and let's find it.
Woo!
That's cool. We already got this thing going on. We just know what we're gonna say. All right, here we go. Let's try this one. Enjoy.
Oh, I was blonde. Sorry.
I wouldn't mind being alone. I wouldn't keep checking my phone. Wouldn't take the long way home, just drive myself crazy. I wouldn't be losing sleep, remembering everything you said to me, like I'm doing lately. You wouldn't be all that I want, baby. I could let go. If I didn't love you, I'd be good right now. I'd be better than barely getting by somehow. Yeah, it would be easy not to miss you. Wonder about who's with you. Turn the want you off whenever I want to. If I didn't love you, if I didn't love you. Wouldn't still cry sometimes. Wouldn't have to fake a smile. Play it off and tell a lie when somebody asks how bad. Try to find someone new. Should be something I can do. Baby, if it weren't for you, wouldn't be in this place that I'm in. You wouldn't be all that I want. Baby, I could let go. If I didn't love you, I'd be good by now. I'd be better than barely getting by somehow. Yeah, it would be easy not to miss you. Wonder about who's with you. Turn the want you off whenever I want you. If I didn't love you, if I didn't love you, oh, if I didn't love you, it wouldn't be so hard to see you. Know how much I need you. Wouldn't hate that I still feel like I do. If I didn't love you, yeah. If I didn't love you. If I didn't love you, I'd be good by now. I'd be better than barely getting by somehow. Yeah, it would be easy not to miss you. Wonder about who's with you. Turn the want you off whenever I want you. If I didn't love you, yeah. If I didn't love you. If I didn't love you, oh, if I didn't love you, if I didn't love you. Still gotta do the fade out. Yeah.
Like a jack in the box.
Gotta do it. Are we back on? Did I stop sharing? I think we did. That was a fun one. It
was. I love that song.
Yeah,
I love
me
Carrie.
too.
Everything Carrie does, I drink that girl's bath water.
You know what? Yeah. Totally.
It's a super weird thing to say. It's like it's a, what do you call what's the word for what I'm trying to say? I don't know. It's something people say. Go with it. Just go with it, you guys.
Yeah, that thing. I'm with you.
Okay, perfect.
What else?
What's like, hey, that's so weird. You look super different. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why I thought I could get away with like not having any eye makeup on in this podcast. So did I duck and do my eye makeup a little? Yeah, I did. It's fine. I don't care. It's fine. I'm back. I'm back and I have eyes.
Yeah, love it. I
don't know. I don't really know what happened.
The diamond eyes, man, for sure.
Hey. Okay. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Good point.
Yeah. Just
kind of what I thought you were going to say.
Where were we, Victoria? Take us somewhere.
Take us. Oh, okay. So, what was it? Something really. Oh, yeah. So I have a show August 23rd at the Art Room downtown
Okay.
LA. I'm super
Nice.
stoked on it.
Nice.
We're doing Queens of Pop. We're gonna spritzel in. We're doing my originals, but we're also gonna do some covers. We're gonna do
Cool.
some. Uh, I'm super stoked. I can't wait for you to come back out so you can play out with
Oh, I
me.
know. I know. I
Um,
know. Yeah, I know.
it's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Um, but for right now, this is fun.
Is it?
I like recording as much as I love performing live, but it's fun like getting back out and just doing shows, like getting
Yeah.
just like a residency and just vibing. It's just I'm
Yeah.
so stoked,
Vibing. That's
right?
it. I just came out of the rehearsal space before this, and now I'm like locking into the rhythm of it, where I'm just like constantly being. I'm like performance ready now. I'm gonna always be just hovering at performance ready, and yeah, it's such a different vibe, and like nothing like sharing the space with people, and like bringing it there and playing off of them, and I
Yeah.
can't wait for it. So yeah, we really do need to coordinate. Um, a couple of shows next time I go out to LA, which could be sooner than later. There's a lot
Yay.
of reason to go out in the next few months, and so we gotta just coordinate that. We
Yeah, we're
got
gonna
some,
do it.
yeah, yeah. Okay, that's exciting. That's cool. So what time? What time at the Art Room downtown LA?
Yeah, from 8 to 11. It's a long set.
Hey, oh man, that
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
So what I used to love about the old rock and roll bands is that they would just redo their set. I mean, they would just play it and then play it again.
Yeah.
That was how you got through all that time.
Wait. Are you serious?
Yeah.
So you have like from 8 to 11 and then you play your 1 hour set like twice?
Yeah, that's yeah, that was I mean, growing up playing guitar, we were hearing the stories of all the classic rock guys. Our older brothers, or I don't have one, but my friends had older brothers, and they were telling stories from like the generations back. And
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin had a story where like they weren't ready for the full 3 hour set, so they just played their hour set twice or whatever. And we thought like that was such rock and roll, such a rebellious
That's
way
so
to.
did they get paid the same?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I think they got paid the same, and it was great, and everybody loved it.
yeah.
They just said yes and figured it out on the way.
I wonder what the venue was that they were doing that. Was it like a restaurant type of deal? Or was it like it wasn't at Viper Room. You wouldn't play your set twice at one of those kind of places,
Yeah, I
right?
don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's funny because speaking of Led Zeppelin, they actually for as long their legend is like out. They weren't a band for that long. Before they
Really?
broke up, before the drummer died. And then they kind of like fizzled out. But
Yeah.
they were really weren't rocking out live as a band for that many years. You'd think it was a lot longer than it was, but
Really? How long were they? I love Led Zeppelin. How long
yeah,
were they together?
I don't know. I don't want to like be totally off, but I would say probably like around 5.
What?
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
5 years?
I
That's
think.
how long it takes to get ready to be a band. Okay, that's wrong. But
Yeah,
if
I know
you
what
were
you
in
mean
a
though.
oh
But
my
yeah,
god,
but it's that type of thing. They really didn't spend all that many years, but they were that great, and they just took it to that level and came out the gates. I don't know. I'd have to guess. Get my facts right on that one, but yeah, that's what I'm
like
thinking.
everything inside of you wants to Google it right now.
Yeah, I know, me too. But I'm resisting.
But
So
we'll do it later. We'll do it
we'll
later.
figure it out. So
That's so
you're ready to
interesting.
go for a 2 hour set?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
nice.
been doing it for a long time. Like I know so much, but also it's not a 2 hour set of just my music. So
Right. Yeah, I got some covers you're gonna
I
sprinkle
have
in
some
there.
covers in there too. Yeah. And
So
I'm
what's
gonna
the
have
lineup?
like sax. I'm gonna have a saxophone. So
Yeah,
stoked. Nick
nice.
Gomez son. I found
Nice.
this girl, this really adorable girl in my gym. She's so cute.
Yeah.
Um, she plays upright bass. I'm like,
Yeah.
how many girl bass players do you know?
Yeah.
Like zero.
Yeah. Well,
I've
no, not
like,
zero. Definitely
yeah,
know a few, but yeah.
okay. I don't. You know more
Yeah,
than me.
they are the minority, but they're so badass when you find them.
Yeah, right. I'm like, I
Like
kind of want to just a full, let's get all the instruments and just make this like a whole.
whole thing. Yeah, seriously.
Orchestra.
Yeah.
Nobody asked
Oh,
for an orchestra at the art room. No one
that's
asked for that.
oh man, I love the orchestra work. I mean, so many of the recordings have the strings, like like it's just fills it out,
I
and
know.
it still remains a dream to be playing with like the symphony behind you. It's like behind
I'm
me,
just
behind
if
us.
I'm yeah, honestly, like I feel so honored and just blessed as lately to have been working with the musicians that I've been working with, like with you, with John, like our song that we did, and just like another song that you guys revamped that the
Hmm.
where you went in and started playing and um this it's so cool to me because that was just something I didn't even know would be an option for me. You know what I mean? I just my whole I was synth. Everything was synthetic because
Yeah,
I could not afford like a session player. Okay,
yeah, it's
as
an
an
expensive
artist, I'm like,
situation for sure.
who does that? Like the
Yeah,
1%ers that are signed to the majors have live instruments and like no one else.
yeah.
And I feel so cool that I have been just graced with your skills on my tracks.
Oh, girl. Yeah,
Yeah, and, like, and even, Square Biz and, like, those guys are just
yeah,
just
yeah,
I'm really grateful. It feels like
yeah.
everything I do has live instruments now, which is just, like, a goal I didn't even know I needed.
All right, that's awesome. Yeah, it's
It's this
they.
I always say this, it's like, everybody you don't always know when something's synthetic, but you do always know when it's a real instrument.
Hmm.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, and and I'm so happy that like live is coming back, like the live band on the recordings, because that's how we grew up in that era, and then seeing it, and I remember so much that when we first met, it was for a songwriting session. They're like, okay, who here can play guitar? Like, who can still play an instrument? And there's like 9 folks in there, and I was like, the only one who could do it.
You
Everybody,
were the only
yeah,
person.
yeah,
Nobody knows how to do it. It's crazy. No,
everybody knows how to
music theory is not a thing either. Wait, you said something that triggered something important. What was you said? We were at a session right before you were at a session. What were you saying? Oh my god, I'm sorry.
play.
My ADD is
I
getting
mean, there
worse.
were live instruments again,
Live instruments.
like. And that I love that we're kind of circling back to where tracks are now featuring live
There
bands.
it is. There it is. Thank you for going on this journey with me.
Yeah,
Uh,
girl.
so I've learned recently that CDs are coming back.
What?
What? Yeah.
No way.
CDs are coming back. I'm like, but how are we gonna listen to them? We're
Yeah.
buying CD players. They're back. They're
What?
back. Yeah. I don't
That
make
I
the
thought was
rules.
done. I thought we were gone. I was like, all right, thought it was vinyl and MP3s, and I was like, I can dance to that. I like vinyls,
Yeah. I
Really.
mean, I guess they're both like just as easily like just like they what's the word I'm looking for? They break easy, Like
Yeah.
don't like with CDs, I remember like the banana peel trick, or you're like, you have to like blow on it or
Yeah, yeah.
something. You just they get
Scrape it
scratched.
down the side of a
Yeah.
table to get that Velcro off of it. Well, that will be interesting to see. I don't know how they're
I,
gonna.
I don't know why, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's the whole thing. It's like
nice.
I think Billboard put a thing out on it too.
Okay, I gotta look into it. And so let's talk about your Square Biz. Like how so that's a part of a compilation, right? It's a part of a record that's featuring
Yeah,
a lot of
so
songs. Talk it up. Where is it? How can we find it? How's
yeah,
it available?
Square Biz is available on all the DSPs, the digital streaming
Some of the
platforms.
sickest musicians of like all time are on this track, dude.
Yeah, let me actually. Oh my I
Seriously.
found the coolest video. Like, I wonder if I can show you guys on here. Let me see if I can do that. This is gonna be crazy. It might be crazy, but we're gonna try.
We're gonna go for it.
This
It's done crazier.
you're gonna appreciate this. Okay. Well, here's one. Look. Oh,
Oh, the
can you see that?
charts.
Yeah, we're on the charts, guys. Okay,
Yeah.
you're getting a whole lot of ring light, but
Well, last I saw was like 23 on R&B chart.
yeah. This is
That,
crazy.
that's
Oh,
incredible.
look at this. This is let me turn that off. This is the guitar player that's playing on my track. On the track, he's just
I'm
doing it
sorry, it
with
looks
the
like Michael
DJ.
Jackson. That looks
Yeah,
like that's Michael Jackson.
yeah. That's him. They do
Yo,
that. It's just the craziest thing. Like He has a ton of these videos of like him and Michael together, just like, look, that's him. That's the guy
Whoa,
on Square Biz.
that's
I'm like,
incredible.
when I say honored, I'm not kidding. I
Yeah,
mean, like,
no, that's incredible.
this
Yeah,
guy's
you know, when you get these like,
badass.
yeah, I hear you, girl. There's
And like
this,
Shaka Khan's bass player, and like,
yeah,
just like really great musicians.
yeah. You know, if you like look around, we've got some like right around us. You know, we got it's
Nico,
incredible. Yeah. Oh,
you know,
Nico, and we have like, you know, and that reminds me of, you know, one of our clients at the studio. She was like, same thing. You look her up, and she was on tour with Prince. You know, like forever. You know, and she gave Nico the best compliment in his life, where she's like, Prince would have loved working with you. You know, and he's like, that's it. I'm like,
I can die happy. I made it.
yeah, I have exactly. So that's
Awesome.
incredible. Yeah, and like I mean, and the funk on your track is like, you know, being a guitar player, you know, and loving the live musician environment. Like I just want to teleport into that band. It's like so tight. They're all
Yeah.
right there, feeding off of each other. And so
So
where can you find the record?
sure. Yeah, you can find it on Spotify, on Pandora, on YouTube even. You can find it on Apple Music. You could find it anywhere where you can stream music or purchase music.
Mm-hmm.
It's there.
Yeah, cool.
There's a link in my bio on Instagram. My Instagram is Victoria Renee Hand.
There it is.
And it's on the radio stations. So call in your radio stations and, request it. That would be cool. I've
Even in
never
the
asked
UK.
anyone to do that before. What?
And in the UK.
And in the UK, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
And yeah, so I'm like, I feel like I should call in, right? What do they know? Like I'm promoting myself.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
I remember
like, hey,
that back in the day, man, when we had like high school bands. There was this band that was just above me, and I loved them, and they were called Too Much Tequila. High school, but these guys were like, they were great.
too
It's
much
great state.
tequila is a high
Too Much
school
Tequila.
band.
Yeah, was the name of that. I went to like a European kind of school, so there was a lot more. You know,
Okay.
it was a lot more drinking going on, I guess. And
Oh,
and I remember that one of their songs made it, you know, was getting the radio rotation. We were all just like
local.
calling all the time, you know, hey, can you play it on? Can you play, you know, play it again? And
No
eventually
way,
they,
that's amazing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's really cool. Good for
yeah,
them. Was
yeah,
it like local radio or was it like
yeah. Local radio is kind of like the local feature, you know, featuring the
cool?
local bands.
I
And,
love that. It's
yeah,
not easy to get on radio.
yeah,
Trust me.
yeah,
Right.
it's true.
Yeah. I was getting a little worried that I peaked at 10,
Yeah. Yeah,
Like, please tell me that was not the highlight of my career. Oh my God.
oh
I need to
man.
go to therapy.
No, you're right. And so I was watching an old classic film yesterday, and and I couldn't remember her name. She was in the Wizard of Oz, the original Wizard of Oz. What's that girl's name?
Nancy. Oh, Judy
Yeah,
Garland.
Judy Garland. Yeah. So I was
That,
watching some
daddy right there, huh?
yeah, because she was so young too when she like hit off, you know. And what a signature voice! Like she was singing in this other old film. I love the old films,
Me
you
too.
know. And but I had never seen her so young. And so speaking of peaking at starting young. So
Where's that?
what
Oh,
about
oh, I was like, I thought whoever was calling was like, this is a child prodigy or something.
yeah,
I don't know why.
calling in.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. Are you in a different place? I feel like every time we chat, you're in like a new room. Are you
I am in a new
moving
room today.
around?
Yeah, because yeah, it's just I figured I was gonna go for this vibe today. This
I
is
like
one of my corners. This is my look out the window and right kind of corner.
love it.
I like it. And I like this corner.
I like this corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my
Yeah.
own little corner. It just takes me right back to Cinderella. Oh, I miss those days.
So,
In my own
so-
little corner. Have you ever seen it? Have you seen the Rogers and Hammerstein Cinderella?
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there are.
Like the Whitney Houston Brandy. You saw that one?
No, I didn't see that one.
It's okay. I'm not taking it personally.
Yeah,
It's fine. That was just like the best time. But
yeah,
anyway,
I'd love to.
oh,
I've seen there's so many variations of it. Just we're getting comments about how like this is it looks so relaxing here. It's like I'm just
yeah.
trying to it's a vibe. But yeah, I do like like if you ever wonder where I might be, look for the hammock. And chances are good that I'll
You're a
I'll,
hammock guy.
I'll be in there. Yeah, I don't
I
mind.
love that.
Because us who strum the guitars, like we just like to rock. Rock and chair and just anywhere
Yeah.
we can just chill and just tickle the strings. It's a good place to be.
Tickle the strings. I love that. Is that something people say?
I think where I hear it most is tickle the keys when they say piano. But yeah,
That's really funny.
yeah,
Tickle the keys.
yeah,
I really need to get better at playing my own instruments. I feel like it's okay that I just, you know, give that job to somebody else because
yeah.
even if I practice every moment of every day, I'm not gonna be as good as you
Of
are on
course.
guitar.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just gotta know your limitations, like
Well,
I
and
can
your
play the
strengths
ukulele enough, yeah.
vocally, it's like phenom what you've achieved already. Like you're
Oh,
good. You know what I mean? Just do that, and
okay.
and that's where we can synergize. And then I'll come in and I'll do what I do, and
Yeah,
then we're good. And
100%,
yeah,
100%. That's awesome. I'm just okay, go for it.
yeah. All right,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna play
let
another
you
song.
talk.
I'm gonna play another song, and then
Okay,
we'll see where we go from there. All right.
okay.
Let's see what we do this time. Any requests? I got a few to choose from. What do we want? Um, I have. Let's
This is a
see.
good time because I have to pee really bad.
Okay, what? Let's do. Need you now. Let's do Need You Now. One of the
Yeah,
last ones that we did.
I need you now. We have to release that.
Yeah, yeah. It's coming. It's coming.
Your voice sounds so good on that song. Sorry,
Oh
go ahead.
man, shoot, girl. Shucks.
Shoot.
Picture perfect memories scattered all around the floor. Reaching for the phone, cause I can't fight it anymore. Oh no. And I wonder if I ever cross your mind. For me it happens all the time. It's 1:15. I'm all alone and I need you now. Said I wouldn't call, but I lost all control and I need you now. And I don't know how I can do without. I just need you now. Another shot of whiskey, can't stop looking at the door. Wishing you'd come sweeping in the way you did before. And I wonder if I ever cross your mind. For me it happens all the time. It's 1:15. I'm a little drunk and I need you now. Said I wouldn't call, but I lost all control and I need you now. I don't know how I can do without. I just need you now. Oh, yeah. guess I'd rather hurt than feel nothing at all. It's 1:15. I'm all alone and I need you now. And I said I wouldn't call, but I'm a little drunk and I need you now. And I don't know how I can do without. I just need you now. I just need you now. Oh, baby, I need you now. I need you now. Oh, baby, I need you now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was so
Love
much
that
fun.
song.
So fun. That was a great
Oh,
one. Oh,
it
amazing.
was. I love it. Love.
Yeah. Sound good
Okay,
on
you
that
want to
one
hear
too.
something crazy?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay. I have a dent in my glute.
Riddle me that.
Don't know. Went to the doctor. They had to do a biopsy on it. They're like, you didn't inject any. They're like, I don't know if you can really see it, but like right here on my like my glutamus minimus, like it like encaved. I'm like, this is the worst possible spot for this. That's the part I work the hardest at the gym. And it's just targeted fat loss. My fat just atrophied in one specific area. And they're like, so you didn't inject anything? I'm like, no.
Wait.
Like,
Didn't you get a vocal steroid in there like 3 weeks ago?
mm-mm.
Wow.
Not in my glute.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. So what's going on? So you don't know yet?
They're doing a biopsy and figure it out, I guess. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well.
Well. So it is scary. But
Yeah.
also it is what it is. I probably just separated the muscles from working it too hard.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's
Do you
just
have any experience in like these types of injuries? Yeah.
no, it's like it would be just a freak accident.
Yeah.
You know, like my mom's friend, Nancy Bryant. She's like the smartest person I've ever met, but she's a doctor and she's like, I was telling my mom like what happened. I'm like, Mom, there's this weird dent, and she's like, what? I don't know. Nancy was like, I've seen that before, where like sometimes if you work it too hard, the muscles will just separate, and I'm like, okay,
Possibly.
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that's what it is, and
Yeah.
not something else, you know.
Yeah. Of course. Well,
Anyway,
yeah.
in my glute. Why there?
Who
Okay.
knows? It's like life has got those random curveballs.
Random. I know.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's fine. And the worst part is you have to wait for 10 days to 2 weeks to find out what the results are.
Yeah.
And I'm
So then
just
you're like, yeah. That's
crazy.
yeah. Every happy, life is a fragile thing. Like
I know.
it's good. It just helps. It just reminds me about like just being thankful for all the things that we just kind of live and we think everything. Stop and thank our glutes for staying intact. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's fine. If it's actually, I guess, realistically, if there was a place, I mean, I guess that would be the best place to have fat. At least it's not my face or something.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but it's not muscle atrophy. They said it's definitely fat. So I don't know.
Okay. Oh, we got to keep our pulse on that. And
yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'm almost positive that's what it is.
yeah.
Just, does it grow back? I don't know.
Yeah. What to do from there? I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll have to
Yeah.
figure it out. Now you got to get your blog writing. You got to start blogging through this one. Let us know what's going on and
What's
the
happening?
update, what's happening. What's
I
the
will do that.
rehab?
I will
Yeah.
do that.
So,
For
have you ever had like injuries that have kind of like slowed you on your path and had to like recover from and get back on
major.
stage? And
Yeah.
okay, so in light of the story that you'll share with us, if it's not too personal, like what are the what mind hacks or what tools did you use to help you get through what seemed like a big bump in the road, on your path,
Uh,
life's, you know?
yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, I just have this firm belief that, and I know this is probably going to be taken the wrong way,
I mean,
but
I already love it. You're starting with belief, and that is so important.
yeah,
I mean, I'm right.
100%.
Yeah,
I have this belief system that like I'm healthy and I take care of myself, and so like I don't have health issues. They miss me. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
They
yeah,
just I know that things do work out for me,
yeah,
and they always have and they will, and there's going to be bumps here and there, and you just kind of like handle that as they come.
yeah,
But I just believe that I'm healthy. That's
yeah,
just the thing. And so I had also my desire to be healthy is stronger than, you know, maybe what other. So here I'm going to be more specific. So
sure.
uh when I was in high school, I was cheering for basketball, I was cheering for football. I had the world's most intense like show choir schedule. Like we 4 hours on Tuesdays. I was studying for an aura, like an opera song,
Yeah,
for competition. And my voice and I was like having fun with my friends on the weekend. So I had overworked my voice.
right.
Just it was just pure exhaustion,
Yeah,
and, I had a polyp on my vocal cord,
yeah,
which so I went to the doctor just because I was having space. There was, like how you know your voice is, healthy or not is when you're the air quality when you're making a sound when you're making a tone, if you go like you're fine. If it's like, and there's a deep airiness underneath, you might have some damage,
okay.
right? Or if you have spaces in your range that are just coming out as air, uh,
Yeah.
but you know that that's in your range, damage, right?
Hmm.
Or fatigue. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
um, and what they've told me. And so I had to go on a month-long vocal rest. And not I don't mean like a partial vocal rest. I mean, you only speak if there is a fire and you're the only one who saw it. So in high school.
Oh no, peak social, and in the middle of all of these, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was really stressed. So
What a challenge.
I had to not talk for a whole month, but it was really hard, but I cared more about being healthy.
Right.
Because if I disregarded the doctor's
Yeah.
orders and
Then
I continued
everything you were
talking,
working
that
on.
would turn into a node, and if it turned into a node, that is permanent. That will
Yeah.
damage your vocal cords. Not worth it. I'm
Yeah.
fine with not talking for a month,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is kind of a spiritual experience in and of itself.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, when you're asking me, it all comes down to that eventually. You can figure it out younger or later, but like spirit's real, man. And like
100%.
good to get to know it. Well, in you while you
Yes,
can.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was like
Wow.
super
What a
hard.
challenge in the peak of high school.
I know. And the
And
stupid thing
all of
is,
life
oh,
is
sorry. Go ahead.
all right. No, I'm just processing. Go ahead.
No, it was the worst. And the thing is like this is gonna sound stupid because it is stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
I have the hardest time. Like I can not say anything. I don't know why. I can't just like laugh inside my head. So like that was the one that kept messing me up. Is like for some reason I laugh out loud. Like even
Quiet all month, just laughing every now and
yeah,
again.
I'm like, why can't I just laugh in my head? I can't. It was like so it was a learning curve.
Wow.
Haven't fully mastered it.
Yeah. Hey
I,
man, laughter is the best sound. I love laughter.
Yeah,
Keep it
it's
up.
healing, but not for your vocal cords when you're
Yeah,
on
no, okay.
keyboard.
Wow, and so how were you able so when you were able to turn yourself out of that corner
Yeah.
and then
Mhm.
go on and what'd you do coming out of that high school band? What how did
Yes.
you where did you sail into
Oh,
musically at that
Los
age?
Angeles. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
did you?
I mean, I did, yeah. So
What do you feel like?
I went to college because I don't know if I would have even chosen to go to college, but I had a scholarship, so I went to college and then I finished online out here because I was like, I'm already doing, what I wanna be doing, but I wanted to also get an education and just know stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
But that was hard. It's hard going to school full time and being out here and,
Yeah, and launching a career. Yeah, at the
a
same
lot.
time? Nah, no way. I
Yeah.
waited. I also went to university, but like I just had a gig here or there. It was when that was done that I was like, and then I went to California, like grab my gets, and then I went, and then
Yeah.
I did it. But to do it at the same time, like, no, I
Yeah.
barely got through university. Just
I know,
yeah,
me either.
just so many distractions and like so much life to live.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I just went through university because I had to kind of, and did as much as I could to just keep it moving and and then get on to where, I needed to be. But it was an amazing opportunity. And I would, you know, I did benefit immensely from that experience in terms of
What
what.
did you study?
Well, so I went in. I was concerned with the environment back in the day. So I still am for all the reasons that we're now like being slapped in the face. So I studied environment and resource management, and then so that was a very interesting. I got to learn a lot, and I did some work kind of coming out of that. Got put into. I did some volunteer work with the government in Costa Rica, the environmental
Cool.
agency in Costa Rica. Yeah, I volunteered and to a bunch of different places, and the Costa Rican Ministry of Environment and Energy took me up, and so I flew out there, and then they sent me to all these different national parks in Costa Rica, and I had to go like document and see what was going on, and just I don't know what I was supposed to do, but they sent me out to task, and it was incredible. My gosh, and because like it was just like state parks, but like in this other world with these other animals and I
Cool.
was just like a lonesome little, university kid, trying to figure it out. But my eyes were like this, and it was really
Mm,
like, and Costa Rica is just so full of life. There's like it's diverse. It's like
yeah.
really well preserved. Um, so it was awesome. I mean, it was the scariest thing I had ever done. You
How long
know,
were you there?
the first time I was there, because first time I was there, I think I was there for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, living, yeah, staying just out of my element on my own. The
By
first time
yourself.
by myself, man. Yeah, it was wild.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was yeah, and then it was great. And then at the end, I spent so on the last week, I didn't have any things to do. I was done. So I was just traveling. And on the airplane ride into Costa Rica, I was just like a social. I don't know how, but I had made friends with a bunch of people on the airplane. And this one guy was like, "Oh, if you ever can, you got to go to this one town. You got to go to this one town. If you ever can, you got to go to this one town. You got to go to this one." So sure enough, when I had that week, I went to that one town. And I get there, and it's an unfolding adventure by itself. But this becomes really interesting. Um, so then I end up posting up at this cabin off the beach, like ridiculously beautiful, just off
Ooh,
the drag, like three walls of other walls wide open. It's just like it's just like open air. It's just like awesome. And there's this French painter woman who's there, and she's like, "Oh, why are you here?" I was like, "Oh, I'm doing this. Well, yeah, I'm doing this I just did this environmental gig, and that's what I'm studying." And she goes, "Oh, tomorrow at 5 in the morning, I'm going to go meet this medicine man. Do you want to come with me?" And I'm like, "Well, yes, like absolutely, I want to." And she's,
never say no to the medicine man.
never say no to the medicine man. She's like, the worst thing is that he'll say like, "You can't go any further," and you come back. I'm like, sign me up, I'm in. So next thing I know, the next morning I go. with her, and we go into this guy's like, very humble abode, no electricity, like really like a different world. And he's like, whoosh, gives me a bow and arrow. He's like, hold it. I'm like, okay, He's like, look at this, look at this. He's like, and he just starts locking in on me, and he's like, whoosh. I'm like, oh my god, this is incredible. I'm like freaking losing my mind that this guy is. So then they're like, yep, come with us. So we get into and we go into the reservation, okay, to where, because he was just outside, and we go in with him, and then next thing I know, he's speaking at like a council in front of the whole community, saying how this Canadian company shouldn't go into their land and mine for gold. Okay. And
Okay.
yeah, it was really intense. And the Canadian guy was making his argument, and our guy was rebutting, and they were having like a discourse,
Okay.
community discourse. And so it was just phenomenal. So anyway, I fell in love with the guy. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how, but I'm gonna like, this is the beginning of a story, And so then a year goes by, and then I get a call from this woman again. She's like, yo, there's this guy who just came in from LA. He's a filmmaker. He just hit it off with this guy. They're going to be filming documentaries, but he doesn't speak Spanish. You need to be the guy on the ground with this project. And I'm
Wait,
like,
do you speak Spanish?
yeah,
What?
yeah.
You're so cool. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Circle back to that later.
Okay. We can circle back to that later. Yeah,
Okay.
totally. So then I was like, I'm in. Like, of course, I have to go. Like, yes, I accept the job.
Yeah.
So then she gives me the contact, and I call this guy in LA, Kenny Herft. He's a brother, One Human Tribe. He's still doing a lot of work in this lane. And like fast forward, we end up spending the next like 6 years filming numerous documentaries, going back in on this guy's knowledge of like medicine and like medicine, not ayahuasca, trippy medicine, but like blood pressure medicine, like just cancer medicine, like ridiculous and just incredible. So
say more about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just goes on. I should drop some links in terms of like the documentaries are online. It's called The Hidden People was the first one. My Jungle Awakening was the second one. And and it was incredible. And that was how I first started going to LA. Because then I moved out to California. We had just finished wrapping up these films, and then he would hire me to come down to LA, translate the footage, and just start working on putting together these documentaries. And so I started to, go from San Francisco to LA, and that was how I first started going, and
That's crazy.
yeah, to this day. So
wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, I have so many questions. There's so many things I did not even know about you. One,
Okay.
the man is educated. Okay.
A little bit.
Two, you went to Costa Rica by yourself. That's and the medicine man, and you speak Spanish? Yeah. You've always spoken Spanish?
It's funny. I've always grew up with Spanish in around me in the house. My mother's from Colombia, so like there was a lot of Spanish going on, right? But I was the youngest of three, so I would always answer in English, and I really couldn't speak Spanish until this trip. So when they flew me out, they're like, "All right," I'm like, "I accept. I don't know where I'm going. I'm totally afraid, but I have to go on a bus to this small town." Next thing I know, I'm like staying with a family in this little house that didn't have running water. And I was like, and they didn't speak English. So I was like, all right, this is do or die. Like I have to learn, either I speak Spanish now or I don't know what's going to happen. So that was it. That was the moment. I spent 2 weeks, maybe 10 days staying with them first. And that was where it just came out. And I haven't looked back since. Since then, I've been able to just fly on Spanish. Yeah.
That's crazy. Wait, so I'm sorry. I was unaware. I've never been to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
So
you'd love it.
Yeah, I know I would.
Yeah.
There's monkeys there.
Yeah, there are monkeys.
That's why I want to go.
They're totally monkeys.
I want to go there because of the monkeys and everything else. And maybe
worth it. Yeah.
Oh, wait, so is that like the normal? Is that pretty normal in Costa Rica to not have running water and electricity?
Yeah, right. Well, no, I mean, but definitely this was a small town, and it was kind of like, it's not, I mean, it's a lot of the comforts that we have out here just weren't happening there, like it was, you would use, buckets to bathe, not just the shower. this is like in a town that has,
More resources than some
more
of the
resources. The indigenous situation was like totally off the grid. Like they'd have to walk half a mile to a river to bathe, and
this
you
is like
know,
a man versus wild type of thing.
yeah,
But
and like it was like eye opening to like, because when we went back for filming, we stayed with them for a while, and
yeah,
and had to like just like figure it out, like what it's like. It is totally, yeah, I mean, big. So it really changed, big game changer, that whole experience. And I'm still very interested in the environment. I'm still very interested in indigenous knowledge. I'm very pleased that it's actually starting to get, recognition and a little bit more of a voice and
yeah,
more representation, because
me
it's
too.
like, it's just necessary for the coexistence that we need. We need to like
Yeah.
come together and figure it out together. And so take that knowledge that's just been around and locked it in and incorporate it. And so, yeah, it's fascinating for me.
Okay, wait, so what about the medicine? Like what was he doing? What was the cancer medicine? Say more. Like
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
you guys found, you figured it out? Is it basically like not eating inflammatory foods because inflammation is what causes disease and disease is what leads, to
yeah.
that? Is it but or are you actually treating something? Like
Treating.
you're
So it
treating.
was treating. So this guy was treating stuff. So like, first of all, I mean, you have to. It was so one of them. We follow a terminal patient who comes from LA, and the interviews are there in the doctor's office saying, "We can't do anything for you. We don't know what else we can do." So she's like, "All right, I'm gonna go to this guy." And so we go with her. Well, the camera goes with her, and then and he's able to diagnose, and that whole process is incredible. They literally are using hot heated stones, mud, fire, and like and all of the, and then kind of figuring it out right away. He's like, yo, this is not one cancer, you have two cancers going on. And he was right. And like, it just figured it out. And then and then there's medicine. It's like, then he'd be like, okay, he'd go into his
Yeah,
botanical area, and be
yeah.
like, okay, you're gonna need this
And
leaf,
he just
you're gonna need this root, and we're gonna need to prepare it like this, and you're going to need to rub this other bark on this, drink that, and do this, and just and was able, yeah, it's incredible.
I've heard this. So like when I was in Africa, they talk about the tree of life, right?
Okay.
There's this one specific tree that they were all, especially their I'm gonna use keywords, but they didn't get sick during, in 2020 as much as other people, and they use it and they save their lives. They even use it to brush their teeth. Like there's like
Hmm.
a
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, I believe it.
how are they using the bark? How do you take bark and use that? Do you just throw it in a blender? How do you extract bark from? I don't understand. How do you do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, so I mean, very interesting. There's different ways to like extract the bark, depending on the tree. And I remember, because then we got one of them. We helped prepare some of the stuff. We would beat the tree, beat it, and then it would just come off. Then it would just kind of like come off of the tree, and then you could
Uh-huh.
take it off, and then
Interesting.
and then peel it off like
Yeah.
an orange peel, like it comes off of
Oh,
the
how
tree.
interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
you wouldn't know. And then I mean, and then the way that they prepared, depending on what you're trying to fix, would have different
Yeah.
ways of doing it. Like I remember one point, so then I got sick after one of the second filming. I got a parasite,
Oh
but
no.
yeah, and then
But that's the place to do it, I guess,
yeah.
right?
Well,
They
the
know
thing
what
is,
to do.
I had discovered it once I was back here in DC, and so like I ended up getting treated not back in Costa Rica with the way he could have fixed me in a minute. And and like I went back a year and a half later, and he's like, oh yeah, I could have just fixed it like this. But instead I was here, I was I was a college guy, didn't have all the money to just fly myself back out there. So
Yeah.
I signed up for, we had the National Institute of Health here, NIH, big in DC, like it's a big thing. And so they gave me some treatment. And when I went back and told him, he's like, oh, here, let me give you some of this tree bark he was giving me that I would boil and then
Okay.
and then drink. And he's like, this is gonna clean up your blood, So just do this. Yeah. And we have footage of other tree barks that were used for the cancer treatment. And like us taking it back to the doctors in LA, being like, this is what we used. The doctor was actually saying, give me some. I want to study this, like,
Yeah.
what are you guys using? And yeah, so it was just a total game changer. It's like a whole other
Oh,
world, a whole other science,
what
and
tree?
yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. And it's funny because Kenny, the guy, is blowing me up right now, like the film director. You
What?
know, yeah, because
Really?
we're still bros.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
It's just funny that we were just talking about him and he's
yeah,
hitting
and
up
here he
right
is. Yep, coming in. Yep,
now. I love that
I'll
synergy.
introduce you to him next time we're in LA.
Yeah.
He's out in Pasadena, so
Oh, really? Yeah, that's close.
yeah. Oh
I
yeah,
love
yeah, yeah.
Pasadena.
So
Pasadena's a jam. That's
yeah.
crazy. I had no idea. That is so fascinating to me. I don't know if you ever watched. Do you guys know about the Gaia Network?
Oh yeah,
I love the Gaia Network. It's total okay. Being honest, the production quality, but it's the content that
yeah,
matters, right?
yeah, yeah.
And it's just it's so interesting. There's so many studies that like a major networks wouldn't pick up these documentaries and they might not pick up some of the shows that are popular on the Gaia Network because they're sort of conversations that are new to
Hmm.
society,
Yeah,
deep though,
yeah.
just thinking about plant medicine or I don't know, everything. Do you have it? Do you have the Gaia Network?
No, but I see it all the time, and they're all about like telepathy and like this
Yeah.
clairvoyance and like
God.
visions, like
Yeah.
dreams and all of this stuff. It's just like the older I get, the more I'm like, oh, actually, I think they're onto something.
There's stuff out. I feel like we're ready to have these kind of conversations now.
Yeah,
Whereas even if you would have brought this up years ago, people would be like, tinfoil hat,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not there. It's real. I mean, there's
That's why I'm so happy to see that it's actually come around and like people are actually, chewing a lot of this actually. Like the ayahuasca phenomenon. Like I mean, that's jungle knowledge in medicine, and people are like, I mean, I haven't done it, but like people are like all about it. Like I mean,
people. The important thing is they want to be awake. They want to be enlightened. They
yeah,
want, before I don't think people even thought about that. They're like, it is what it is, but it doesn't have to be that way. And it's just like, I don't know. So I saw this thing where these kids on the Gaia Network, and this just blows my mind. And I've been seeing more of it lately. They can blindfold these children, right? And it's like this sort of I guess it's like a school type of thing. And as the kids are blindfolded, they teach them how to see without using their eyes. They teach them how to see without using their eyes. I said it twice. You heard me. Okay. And I watch these kids do it. And they'll hold up a card and they'll be like, what's this? They'll even read from a book with a blindfold on. They show you the blindfold and they put it on and then they just like oh, my label calling. Okay, I'll call him back. But yeah, our label.
yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
hey,
yeah, but it's that just blew my mind.
yeah,
Just watching them do that. I'm like, so you can see from, I guess what they're explaining is that something along the lines of your eyes are how you interpret things, but you can actually see through your cells. The cells in your body are commutative. So I don't understand. I don't
yeah.
know. I'm
I mean, I
confused.
get it. I mean,
Well,
you
I've
you
seen it. They did it. I
yeah,
watched it.
yeah. No, I get it. And when
Yeah.
you kind of like I used to fixate on stuff like that. They used to have these like crazy infomercials that would kind of like allude to that when I was a kid. And I'm like, very interesting. What if? What if there was a sixth sense? What if there's more than what we think, And
What do
and
you
sure
mean
enough,
infomercials?
sure enough,
Infomercials and being able to see without your eyes? Where did
well,
you
not
hear?
that. Like I remember, like they were kind of speaking about these six senses that
Yeah.
were you couldn't really quite uh explain.
Yeah. And
And
it
so,
was interesting because one of the kids, she was just killing it, and then there was the dad would come along because he didn't believe in it, right?
right, right, right.
And he was like, so the dad came one day and the teacher was like, hey, can you like you know, fall back a little bit because she needs to like it's a this might be important. Okay.
If it's labeled twice, hit it up and we'll carry this conversation later.
Okay.
Label, yeah, give them some love, Victoria, and I'll block everybody out with the song, and we'll see you all next week. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Bye, guys.
All right.
See you.
All right. One more song, y'all.
Hey. How's it going? Oh, okay. Hey, I'm doing the podcast right now. Can I call you back? Okay. All right. Bye. Okay. This is about something that we will be talking about next week, I'm sure. So let me go and call my label right back. That was one of my label's partners.
Okay. All right.
All right. See you guys.
All right. See you. Bye. Thanks for sticking around, guys. I got a lot going on. All right. I'll let you guys go. I'll do one more song. Bye, Sammy. Bye, Jane. Bye, everyone. Here we go. See you next week.
It was right after senior year, just before the summer disappeared. We went around them old farm ruts, hanging out on the gate of his truck, threw a blanket neath the sunset, being brave as 18 gets. We gave each other more than our hearts, with the help of a mason jar, drinking watermelon moonshine. Cut the bark with a little knife, parking back in them kudzu vines. I was his and every bit of that boy was mine. Too young to know what love was, but we were learning on the sweet bus. It's never nothing like the first time. Mine's always gonna taste like watermelon moonshine. Don't remember where we got it from, I just remember feeling all grown up, taking pulls like it ain't no thing. Never told him it was my first drink, but I told him that he was the one. You're so sure when you were that young, you think you got it all figured out. Now I laugh when I think about drinking watermelon moonshine. We cut the bar with a little line, parking back in them kudzu vines. I was his and every bit of that boy was mine. Too young to know what love was, but we were learning on a sweet bus. There's never nothing like the first time. Mine's always gonna taste like watermelon moonshine. I thought that I would last forever, but that ain't what it does. Maybe we were drunk in love, or maybe we were just drinking watermelon moonshine. Cut the barn with a little line, parking back in them kudzu vines. I was his and every bit of that boy was mine. Too young to know what love was. We were learning on a sweet bus. It's never nothing like the first time. Mine's always gonna taste like watermelon moonshine. Watermelon moonshine. Watermelon moonshine.